American sovereignty and the importance of reciprocity in diplomatic relationships. So what's so wrong with that? Let's bring in tonight's panel to debate Fox News contributor Richard Fowler and president of the America Rising PAC, Alexandra Wilkes. Welcome to you both.
Good to be here,
Thanks
Shannon.
so much for having us.
All right, so you all saw sat there with the president, the soundbite that's been playing all day today where he says, things are going so great for our country. We've accomplished more than just about any other administration in the country. And they kind of laugh and he stops. And he says, well, I didn't expect that, but he kind of laughed along with it. I mean, Richard, he rolled with it, if nothing else.
I give him that. He rolled with the punches, Shannon, for sure. I think what was hurtful for me, at least, is to watch the global world, the developed world, laugh at the United States. And this comes as a result of the fact that we have a president whose sticky Twitter fingers get him in a lot of trouble. And I think what the UN is about how we as a world can come together and maintain world peace. And what we saw from him today was this ideal of we're separate and we're alone. And that's not the American ideology, and that's not who we are as Americans.
Well, Alexandra, a lot of people like that this president puts America first. He's all about our sovereignty. And he said to these countries, like, you should be into your sovereignty, too. You shouldn't want other people telling you what to do. I mean, he's obviously very skeptical about the United Nations, as are many people who voted for and support him. Is it a badge of honor, those folks laughing at him?
Look, I think that the president handled it in a very good-natured way, but at the same time, this really plays to the president's strengths, and especially with the people who elected him in 2016. You know, people came out because they felt less safe in the world. They felt like the Obama administration had really dropped the ball, and honestly, just not on the world stage, but domestically at home as well. So I think that if you look at this image and you give Americans the choice between the President of the United States and elite diplomats sort of sneering at him, Americans are going to tell those diplomats where to shove it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it may prove his point and play exactly to his base. Now, about the issue of Iran, Kristen played a little bit of what Hassan Rouhani had to say. Essentially, rulers in the world think they can secure their interests better, and he talked about xenophobic tendencies resembling a Nazi disposition. The president tweets this: despite requests, I have no plans to meet Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. Maybe someday in the future. I am sure he's an absolutely lovely man. Richard, I got to say, that cracked me up a little bit, those choice of words.
It does.
Those two are not on the same page.
They're not on the same page at all, but this goes to part of the problem is the fact that he uses this Twitter diplomacy to get things done, and that is not how diplomacy works in the world. And let me make this point very clear. I mean, no matter what you think about this president, here is the truth. The truth is that around the world, our role has diminished. This president has chosen to do America first and America only, and as a result, we have a pending trade war in China. We have issues with our northern ally and our northern border partner, Canada. We have issues with Mexico, and the list goes on and on and on. What the president was supposed to do was bring the world together and show strength. And I think what we saw today and what we've seen for the past 2 years is weakness.
Well, Alexandra, you know that his supporters will say, listen, he got North Korea to the table. He may meet with them again, Kim Jong-un, before the end of the year, we're told. He has worked out a trade deal with Mexico. They're working with Canada. They've worked out trade deals with South Korea and others. There are many who would disagree with Richard's characterization of where we are in the second year of the presidency.
Well, let's think about the things that the president dared to do that others didn't, whether it was moving the U.S. embassy rather to Jerusalem as opposed to Tel Aviv, or backing out of the Iran deal, which was a terrible deal negotiated by the Obama administration. You could look at the president's stepped up response to Syrian gas attacks on their own people, sanctions against Venezuela. I think that the Gallup polls show that Americans under this administration feel safer from outside threats than they did previously. And I think that that's for a reason. I mean, certainly, look, the president presents a strong image of nationalism on the world stage. That's in contrast to globalism. And even within the Republican Party, there are debates about how we get that done and where's the right balance. Yeah. But at the same time, I think it would be unwise to overlook what he's been able to accomplish in his first 2 years here.
I mean, some folks, so we're out of time, but I will just say, I mean, some folks internationally like what he's doing, and others say it's a little ham-fisted. He says he's getting results.
I think a trade war with China is a little bit,
We'll leave it there. Richard and Alexandra, thank you.
Good to see you.